Forward pass now for McClamont. Will give Montreat a chance. Sends a through ball in. Duarte with those fresh legs looks to cross with his left foot, and he's challenged by Jack Lewis. Corner kick on the way, but Jack Lewis defended the cross, and he will give up the corner, but you'll take it. That poor pass for McClamont forcing the turnover, and well, you don't want to turn that ball over.
No, not with these elements right now.
Dos Santos looks like with the corner kick here. Right-footed strike, it swings in, headed away by Garcia. Still not out of the woods yet are the Bulldogs with Dink over on the far side. And now a foul given just outside of the box. So it looks like it was Nuttall committing the foul. Couldn't see who was giving the foul for Montreat, but it will be a free kick on the way just outside of the box down the right side with 30:46 remaining. And this is as good an opportunity the Cavaliers has had. It's Ramirez to take. Free kick on the way. Right-footed. It's a bomb that comes in. It slides through, and it's finished. Montreat strikes first. It's George Stanley to finish in the back left corner off of a deflection. Montreat strikes first.
It's like total chaos in the middle there.
And that's exactly what the Cavaliers wanted. They crash and they score back left corner. It was deflected all around. It just fell to the foot of Stanley, and he finished it with the left foot. And it's 1-0 Montreat here in the AAC semifinal matchup. Meanwhile, 1-1 down at Bryan College. That one's all knotted up.
21.5 left to go down in the first half.
And Montreat is not known for their scoring prowess here, so to strike off of a set piece, the free kick just outside of the box, that is massive in a matchup like this. Trying to flick this one on with his head was Smith. Trying to find Coleman as it's a battle all the way down. Poulos was there for Montreat. It'll be off the touchline, and a throw will be given to Union with under 30 minutes to play. Ellis with the throw. Nuttall will look to cross, but it gets on the ground. Falls back to Coleman and deflect around Union. All out of sorts right now. Capturing with the chest was Lewis. Garcia, he's challenged. Turns the ball over. Now Montreat on the run again. On the counterattack. Tried the one-man counter, forcing that through ball to Vieira. And Union holds possession temporarily here for Smith. Again, 1-0. Montreat on top. Knox Smith battling for it, has his ball taken away on the challenge. It'll be a throw given to Montreat. Pinballed around in the midfield, no real possession given either way. And the foul against Garcia will give it back to Montreat. She fouled Dos Santos. And a free kick coming from Montreat. Montreat looks to trigger this one in with the right foot. It's got a lot of air underneath it, but no real support there. Ellis comes in to challenge. Union doesn't have the numbers here as Jesse Foreman will back pass into the midfield. It's Dinka. Now Stallworth is challenged. He and Garcia share some words. Be another throw given to Montreat. I'll look to find Dos Santos, and they do. Ball off the touchline, throw given to the Bulldogs. Smith loses the first touch, looks to go back after it. Now Union really pressing up at Smith, trying to find a gift here in the midfield. If he can find a ball in some space, deadly, but Right now, Montreat just playing keep away, but it's Ellis to step in to attempt take off on the counter. It's Stallworth to deflect his ball away. Now Bilby steps in. Just a frantic pace between these two teams. Just playing kickball. It's Ramirez. He's battling Coleman for it back in the midfield for Stanley. Long possessions for Montreat. Ball's back to Garcia, now to Smith. Union down 1-0. Smith tries to slip it by to his counterpart Cam Smith, and now a foul given to Union. This has been a physical contest so far. Nothing overly aggressive. It's just been physical, and this is very much a physical sport, a contact sport. And a lot of fouls given here early, so tempers do not flare. But exactly what we expected out of these two teams.
Both teams know what's on the line and everything, so they want to play a little bit more harder and a little bit more physical.
Free kick on the way into the box. Looking for McClellan on the far post, and could not get him. But it was a good play there for the Bulldogs. Garcia triggering that free kick. And we're 26 minutes away from halftime, and Montreat leads at 1-0 over the Bulldogs of Union. John North and Ryan Garnett here on the call. Still 1-1 down at Bryan as they approach 15 minutes to play. Union would have to travel regardless if they pull the win off here, and Montreat, if this result held, would have to travel. Just depends on where, as that is still up in the air. We will know before the end of this one which way that one is going to go. We will have a result for you on that Truett McConnell and Bryan College match, unless they just shoot penalties into the night.
They're about 10 minutes in front of us.
Mm-hmm. Trying to go on the counterattack here is Montreat. A foul by Nuttall. And Nuttall going to get a stern warning here from the referee. And it'll be a free kick for Montreat right at the midline. Ball off the far touchline, and a throw will be given for Union. Not in friendly territory here in their own defensive third. Montreat will try to press up. They'll throw it down the near touchline as far as they can, and Montreat will be Ramirez give it the back pass to Tuda. Ball headed around. Counterattack coming for Montreat. Holding up with it now is Vieira. Union had the challenge, immediately taken back away, and the ball is ripped and nearly beats Barterio to the near post. But just ripped that shot. Looks like it was Duarte, I believe, on that. And it was a tough one for Barterio to judge because it kind of skipped off the turf, and there was bodies in the way, so it's off of his hands, and it'll be a corner kick on the way. It's a low-line drive, headed right off the American football crossbar. Had it had just a different angle, would have ricocheted in, but it is a little too high, and so it will be a goal kick coming for Barterio, and substitutions on the way as Alex Smith going to sub out. Don J. Smith will sub in. Trying to see who came in there for Montreat. George Doyle in for the Bulldogs. He'll play up top here. I'll try to get that Montreat player to you in just a moment.
I didn't get the number because it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, on the front, it's really tough to see. I believe it's. Goal kick comes. It's headed around the midfield. Doyle with his first touch. They'll play one long to Donjay Smith, and it's going to roll all the way to the inline. And just picking the ball up was Tudor. 1-0 Montreat over Union here, 21 minutes to play. Lewis heading this one down. Ball popped back up. Trying to run underneath it. There's Vieira. 1-2 touch back to Dos Santos. Man down there for Montreat. Clock will stop. 1-0 for Montreat. The athletic training staff for Montreat having to come on, and we'll take a breather. You're listening to John and Ron here on the Bulldog Sports Network as 1-0 to Montreat with 21-24 remaining here in the first half. Back at you here on the Bulldog Sports Network after the brief timeout for an injury, approaching 21 minutes to play. Union and Montreat. Ball falls back to Bilby. Now it's Lewis. Bilby tries to play a through ball in. Smith giving chase. It's all the way down to the inline. And we'll have a sub coming on for Montreat.
We'll see if we can catch the number. Looks like it's number 17.
Giovanni Ordaz into the contest. Ball into the midfield and a foul given to the Bulldogs. It was against George Stanley. Lewis will go to McClamont and then back to Lewis. Back to McClamont. McClamont puts the ball at his laces. Looking for Donjay Smith. He slides on this turf. We said it would be an issue, and it was. As a ball off the touchline. Official doing all he can to catch bodies flying off of that turf. Union looks to go quickly. Back to Nuttall. Nuttall with the left foot tries to curl one near the top of the box, and it was contact made by George Doyle, but soared way high over the crossbar. 19 minutes to play here in the first half, and it's Montreat 1, Union nothing. Union has not scored against this Montreat team in their last 2 meetings now, but that could obviously change.
Brian and Montreat or Brian and Truett are under 10 left to go in the first half.
That's a head into halftime there, all knotted up. We'll see if we can get the other semifinal the same way. If you're a Union fan, I'm sure you're wishing that on. Long ball over the top. This could be dangerous. Duarte looking to run underneath it. finally runs out of room, and it'll be cleared off the touchline. Montreat with possession. Foreman plays it back down to Ramirez, and handling is the call. It'll give it to Union on the free kick. Lewis plays the ball over the top. Smith going to try to run this one down before it goes off the touchline, and it all for naught, as it will be a throw coming for Montreat. $17:30 remaining. Counterattack coming for Montreat. And Garcia with a nice job defensively to come back and clean it up. Pulls now. Plays it to the near touchline, a back pass. Union really pressing up. It's off the shoulder of Donjay Smith. And they'll give him a handball, I do believe, and it'll be a free kick coming for Montreat. So after the handball, Tuda, the keeper, will come out to boot it forward. This one cleared around the midfield as well. Ball flicked back by Stanley. He's got the goal in this one. Now a counterattack coming from Montreat. Holding up, faking the pass was Ramirez. Marked by Garcia. Now a ball floats back to Foreman. Into the midfield. For Stanley. Montreat playing keep away here with under 16 minutes to play. Off the touchline, throw in on the way for Craig Ellis. McClama back to Ellis. McClama really pressured by Vieira, but does get rid of it. Finds finds Lewis. Donjay Smith. Curls a nice pass to the near side for Ellis. Ellis looking for some support. Finds some down the near touchline for Garcia. Slips it back through to Donjay Smith. It's a nice pass, but turned away by the Montreat defense. Off the touchline, throw in coming. Slipped a pass in there. Don't know how he did it, but quick throw in. Ellis. Donjay Smith nearly off the touchline. Got two on him over to the near side and loses it, but it's deflected away by Montreat. Another quick throw in on the way here for Ellis with 15 minutes to play. In the first half, Donjay just sheds one tackler. Bilby tries to get it back to Donjay Smith. They have hooked up with a goal earlier in the season, but couldn't find the connection there as the ball rolls off the touchline, and another throw coming for McClama. It'll be back to Lewis. Till that rain falling here from Williamson Stadium is definitely creating a kind of a gleam on this turf. You can kind of see it in the light the way we're looking into it.
Seems like it stops and then it starts back again.
Free kick coming here for Donjay Smith from about 30 yards out. 14:20 remaining in the first half. Montreat leads at 1-0. Donjay with that right foot sends one in, looking for McClama on the far post. Rebelio looking for the cross on the ground. He will win the corner for the Bulldogs.
Like a corner kick.
And so, Union will try to do what Montreat did and maybe score off of a set piece. They like to go for McClama in the on the back post here. We'll see if they can do that here with Garcia. Wind against him here. They'll go short, and it's probably a smart bet. Now Rebelio with a shorter corner. Nobody there for the rebound for Union. Could have probably at least taking a shot, and Ordaz is able to clear it away, and the ball comes into the box. Tudem falls on top of it, and the scare subsides temporarily for Montreat. Tudem puts this ball on the turf and kicks it away. Nuttall wins the header. Rebello tries to get a boot up to get the touch to capture. Nuttall nearly brought down. Back to Lewis. Lewis turns it over looking for Smith. And it's Ordaz. Touch from Bilby, and he's just going to play this one back to Bartolomeo. 12:41 to play here in the first half. Still 1-1 down at Bryan College in the other AAC semifinal. Montreat up 1-0. The only favorable result at the moment is Montreat up 1-0. Union looking to equalize that. 12:13 to play. Been a physical half, but fairly clean half from both sides from a foul standpoint. Just been over-aggressive. Doyle will send the one-timer in. That's a tough ball, but Tudem will handle it and quickly throw it out. Doyle had some room and just pulled the trigger on it, and it hit into the turf. It was a kind of a low-line drive, and was handled by Tudem as Ellis to Bilby. We'll see if that can get the Bulldogs on track offensively. Don J. Smith looks to turn back in the midfield, has his ball taken away as he dribbled into a triple team. Stallworth was the one who challenged him to take it away. Now McClamont with a attacker on his back will back pass back to Bartolomeo. And with 11:19 to play in the first half, Montreat still leading 1-0. Union yet to crack the scoreboard, yet to really have a true chance, but it's Garcia.
He's got a
Great
chance,
pace into the box. Can he get the first touch on it? He cannot, and it's off of Montreat, and it will be another corner given to the Bulldogs. Approaching 10 minutes to play here in the half. Placing here is Garcia. See if they go short again because of the elements and the wind. They've done so the last 3 times. Garcia tried to pull the trigger on one earlier, and he will here. It's got enough on it. Headed down to the far post. McClamont got a head on it, but not enough on it. Tudem just eases over to scoop that one up. Union goes empty again. Ball comes over the top. McClamont can run underneath this one. Cannot allow Montreat to run underneath it. It's Duarte with the touch, and it'll be a throw given to Montreat. McClamont don't want to give up the ball, but he will have to here to Ramirez. Ramirez looking for the throw. Montreat. Looks like the student section of Montreat has a cooler that they're using as a drum, and it is working rather well. I know we don't have our windows open here because of the rain, but well, we can hear it. I don't know if anyone else at home can, but Montreat student section showing out. And good for them. Good show of school spirit to make the trip up.
All through high school and college, I've seen all kinds of things used. I've never seen a water cooler.
It is doing the job, though. As
using something with a tennis ball on the end of it.
Got to use what you can. Chance here, Montreat. Ramirez taken away by Nuttall, looking over the top to Doyle. Doyle still giving chase. Pulo steps in. There with the challenge is Stanley, and he gets it back. Defensive midfielder has a goal in this one. He's been the difference. Now looks for a ball over the top, and Claymont using his head to get that one away. Ball falls back into the midfield. Going to cut it back in as Foreman. trouble here as Ordaz slips one down to the left side, but the attack will fizzle out off the touchline. It'll be a throw given to Union with 8 minutes to play here in the half.
They are tied. They have just went to the half at Bryan.
Tied up 1-1 down there. And right now Montreat leading 1-0 over Union. 2 tight semifinal races, though. Try to punch a ticket to that final. Montreat upsetting the 1 seed Reinhardt as Don J. Smith just shoved to the ground there. Didn't take the hand that was offered to him to help him up, and he'll go back on the attack. Ellis, Garcia tries to slip one in to Don J. Smith, and it's cleared away. Vieira can be deadly in space. It falls back to the sure foot of Lewis. Now giving chase is Vieira. Back to McClama. Back over to Lewis. Back pass. Barterio tries to put this one in play. Finds Ellis, who flicks it on to Garcia. Garcia goes one-on-one, showing skill on top of the ball. Cuts it back. Gets it to his right foot near the top of the box. Will Bilby let one fly? He will not. An extra pass over to Don J. Smith. He jabs, cuts, and deflected away. And now looking to cross is Cam Smith. Can't find the head of Doyle, but it falls back to the Bulldogs. Don J. Smith fakes the pass over to Nuttall, back to Cam Smith. Dangerous here for Montreat. Ball comes into the box, and Tuda nearly loses it off of his gloves, but does make the grab. And about 6 minutes to play here in the first half. And it's still Montreat 1-0, but Union trying to crack that scoreboard before halftime. Smith, it's Cam Smith with a poor pass. Vieira with the ball. Now to the far right side here for Foreman. Sends the cross in, and it'll sail over the head. Looking at the far post for Duarte. And it was just a little too much on it. Ball's back to Stanley, who has joined the attack. Another cross comes in. McClamont is there defensively. Off the touchline, Ordaz will just save it from going off. And pull us with a back pass here to Tootin with 5 minutes and 28 seconds to play. Here in the first half, Union trails it 1-0. Now the
into the crowd.
Now the goal kick will get away from Tootin into the Montreat faithful there. To our right, you kind of saw him briefly on the screen if you're watching. Definitely some dedicated folks to make the trip up. Foreman. Big time counterattack. The flag is not up. The shot will come, and it's deflected away by Barterio, but Union not out of the woods yet. Another one comes in, deflected away in a corner given to Montreat. Barterio with the solo effort keeps Montreat from getting that brace with 4 minutes and 38 seconds to play.
This is a nice slide tackle coming down and just knock it away. And
solo job for the keeper. Corner kick on the way. Low line drive saved at the near post there from by a Bulldog, and it'll be another throw in. For Montreat. 4 minutes and exactly remaining here in the first half of play. Montreat leads it 1-0 and almost got that brace on a electric counterattack. Duarte has had a couple of nice shots to keep Barterio on his toes, but that's been the best one yet. Don J. Smith trying to solo effort here, but just too much, trying to compensate for that challenge of Stanley. Montreat gets it back. They're getting aggressive towards the end of the half. This is another dangerous ball. Garcia slips in with the challenge. Ball still not loose. Now Ellis. Touch to Garcia. Down the near side. Goes by his defender, cuts it back inside. Garcia with a solo effort and had Donjay Smith to his left and just could not get in the ball.
I mean, he had him.
Was in a dead sprint as well.
So we're going to have a clock stoppage and a sub.
A Union to bring the sub on. 3:05 remaining here in the first half of play. Montreat leads at 1-0. Will be a throw for Montreat. Be Ramirez. Throw coming. Ball headed down as a battle for it off the touchline once again. Another throw given to Montreat. 2:47 remaining.
It's like a sub apiece.
2 subs coming on. Looks like Garcia will come off. Sebastian Baya coming on for Union. Ramirez with the throw. All flicked up. Duarte trying to put a foot on it. It's pinballed around. Still in the attacking third here for Montreat, and Union still playing catch up. Baya looks to pass into the midfield, and it's deflected away, and it'll be a throw given to Union with 1:54 remaining. Claymont in the back line looking for Donjay Smith. He goes down holding his ankle. Foul given to Union. 1:35 to play. Here in the half, Union trails at 1-0. Lewis to take. Bulldogs force some numbers back here, and Nuttall plays the safety man. Back around the midfield as you see him backing up into your frame. Lewis has the leg to get it there, but didn't quite do it that time, and Nuttall is back playing that safety net. Nuttall wanted the hand ball, and ball will be thrown in here to Lewis, or excuse me, to from Ellis to Baya, under a minute to play. Lewis with a back pass, Barterio. The left side, puts one off the side of his foot, looking up to Donjay Smith, finds Doyle. Nice touch back to Donjay. Was challenged. Can he get back underneath it? There's a collision. Back to Montreat. And just punting this one in the air as high as he can with Stanley. And it's probably a good call here with 19 seconds remaining, and the foul will be given to Union. Under 15 seconds to play. Union going to have to go the length of the pitch at this point, under 8 seconds to play, and we will head into the halftime locker room with Union trailing it to Montreat 1-0 at the half. We will step out and take a 15-minute break, and we will be back if anything breaks on that Brian, as Foreman goes out with that caution, and back in will come Duarte. Slide tackle coming in for McClaymont. Just a lot of kickball back and forth right now. Clock will stop, and I believe McClaymont going to get shown a card now for coming in a little too reckless. And a free kick going to be coming from Montreat.
Like the head official's talking to Coach Shaw there.
The official over to talk to, like you said, over to talk to Coach Shaw.
He's talking official like he's not happy about it.
So free kick now coming. Long ball coming in, and it's headed and deflected away by Barterio, who just made a phenomenal effort to keep it out, as it was just about a 3-1 match right there with 29-29 remaining. But Barterio with another great save. And that could be one to remember here in the second half if Union can equalize this in the final 30 minutes. Corner kick on the way. Duarte to take. Ball headed around. Ball is fired into the stands here to
right off the trash can beside of the football bench.
Cleared out and throw in here by Union. It's Garcia straight away. He's tripped up, and a foul given to Garcia just outside of the box.
And another yellow card on Montreat.
Shown to Montreat.
It's the one that's on the ground. I don't see the number. I mean, both of number 2 it looks like.
It's like Dinka. Given the yellow, and the training staff coming on now.
Both training. Looks like Dinka's okay.
And it'll be another free kick opportunity for Union just outside of the arc of that penalty box. Donjay Smith once again gonna trigger it and sails it over the crossbar. As he tried to go quickly, are they gonna give him another one here? Because the whistle didn't blow, I believe so. Wow.
Well, got away with one down.
Again, I don't particularly agree here with a shot. Statistics show that this is not your best option. With that being said, Donjay Smith, the way he's bent the last 2 passes in, you don't mind him taking a shot here as he'll trigger this one away, and once again it'll sail wide, and 2 shots, and Don J. Smith comes up empty both times, despite one wouldn't have counted, but regardless. Wasted opportunity there for Union with 28-21 remaining. Ball falls back to Lewis. He will look to clear this one away, as giving chase was Vieira. Ball off the far touchline. It'll be a throw-in on the way. Union will clear this one away as well, but Doyle looks to get ahead on it.
Montreat's wanting to touch and call.
Not going to get it, though. Ball slips through near the top of the box. Another chance for Montreat, but it'll sail wide of the near post, and so it'll be a goal kick on the way for Barterio. Ball floats back into Barterio. 27 minutes to play. Still a long way to go in this one.
No, under 10 minutes to go at Bryan.
And up 2-1 here is Truett McConnell. That one's going to go down to the wire. It's a nice move from Don J. Smith, but his ball is deflected away, and now Smith steps in, and the foul's going to be given. Clock will stop, and Don J. Smith's going to pick up a card, rightfully so. As we've gotten card happy here in the second half. Free kick on the way.
That's 4 yellow cards so far this second half so far.
Free kick on the way. Ball bends into the back post and popped up. Trouble. Barterio will get underneath it. And now he'll punt this one away to try to give Union a chance over the top. Somebody can run underneath it. It's Garcia hanging around. Nearly a collision. That was been dangerous for Ramirez and Garcia. Smith. Donjay. Rebellia. Ball to the top of the boot there for Rebellia, looking down the right side. Garcia into the box, looking for Nuttall, but he will be unable to chase it down, and Duarte is there. Find the ball at his foot. Now in the midfield, it slips through. The flag is not up. Here comes another chance. This time it's Vieira, and it's a diving save for Barterio.
Nice save, Dale.
Maybe shot that one a little prematurely, but Montreat has tried to put this one out of reach for Union now 3 times, and Barterio has been there to make the save each time. Substitution coming on. Ball falls here to Lewis. Tack fizzles out for Montreat. Ball back into the midfield. Doyle. Nuttall. Nuttall inching up into the midfield. Tries to slip one down here to Don J. Smith. Looks to run underneath it. And Akpome, who is now in there defensively for Montreat's going to clear that one away now off the touchline. And throw incoming. Ball falls here to Smith. Bilby all over his man. Makes a nice step-in tackle. Now back to Donjay Smith. Fakes one way. Akpome, though, giving him a rough way to go and just...
Looks like he got dragged down.
Put a hand on him from behind there. I wouldn't go as far as to say drug down, but it definitely brought him off balance.
That's what it kind of looks like after all these.
Back post ball headed down, and it just misses the far post. My goodness, how close can you get?
I thought at first that was a clear go.
.22:55 clock will stop, I believe. 22:52. Official isn't really making a deliberate motion there to stop the clock. It was tough to see.
He kind of did it to the sideline, not to the press box up here.
Oh, man goes down. It's Alex Smith, and another foul to be given to Union. It'll be Dinka to take or get the foul. Clock will stop with Smith down.
This is what you don't want to see, is Smith down.
Ball cleared back into the midfield. McClaymont wins the header. Donjay Smith comes up, just trying to put a body on the midfielders. Dinka pressing the ball forward. Now Lewis will clear it away. It's Garcia. Donjay all by himself over here to the right side. Has Doyle over to the right, to the left, and Garcia carries all the way into the box on his own, goes down, and they'll give the foul against Garcia. And Montreat looking to go quickly here. Union has their back line established. Lewis heads this one away. Bilby clears the ball back down, and we're right at 2 minutes to play now. Union leads at 3-2. Ball back in the midfield for Foreman. Near side for Dinka. Lewis clears this one away. Popped up. Under 2 to play. And a ball off the touchline near side. Throw given to Union.
Minute 45 left to go.
A throw, looking for Doyle to win the header. Tries to turn and keep going. It'll be Montreat given the throw now with 1:32 remaining. And the substitution to come on. Clock will stop with 1:28. And a substitution.
So I did get maybe a fresh leg in there.
Yep.
Dinka try to finish this game.
Dinka to go off. It's William Stallworth back on for Montreat. Throw coming. Smith heads back down to Doyle. Pops it up in the air off the touch line. Throw in coming for Montreat. 1:17 remaining. Foreman over on the far side. Stallworth tries to get a foot on it. Dos Santos now right in front of his own bench. So 1 minute remaining here in the contest. Union leads at 3-2, looking to go on to play Truett McConnell on Friday.
chance to go to the national tournament.
Foster has it taken away. Uh-oh, Union with the breakaway. It's Donjay Smith just going to try to boot this one on to Doyle, and it was a miscommunication between the two, but it does the job back to the keeper, Tootin, with 34 seconds remaining. And now Montreat looking to build from the back.
Try to push it up and try to see if you can get a go here late.
And Bilby just boots this one away, and it was the right call. Going to bounce all the way down nearly to the corner flag. The keeper holds up with it. And now it's Poole, 16 seconds, now 15, now 14. Union, have they completed the comeback? The crowd can feel it. With 10 seconds, the clock counts down, and the Bulldogs are through to the finals as they take on Truett McConnell on Friday. They come back from 2-0 to win it 3-2 against Montreat. As the Bulldogs win, they're victorious. Alex Smith with a couple goes, but Donjay Smith, the chances he create is the difference in this one. And Union will win it 3-2. Ryan, that's a heck of a semifinal.
I mean, you could have asked for a more better semifinal. I mean, you go and you're down 2-0 or 2-0, and then you roll off 3 straight goes in the second.